You've made it to the end. Well done. But what's next? In the big old VBA world of Excel? Well, the first step certainly would be to look at the application of everything we've gone through so far. We've gone through a massive amount of VBA, and that knowledge all needs embedding inside and working and practicing until it becomes second nature. Once you're happy with that and you're ready to move on, you can start to look at using your VBA to mimic Excel. If you use the user forms correctly and design them right, you can make your own application pretty much look like Excel for anybody to work with. Therefore, you can get it to do what you want it to do. You can start to create and manipulate the other objects that we haven't even looked at, such as chart objects and pivot tables. Each of these can be created and manipulated using VBA. And you can look at external connections, so using procedures or functions to actually access data externally, possibly from the internet. And just like all VBA, because it's part of Office Suite, you can use your Excel VBA to manipulate the other applications within the suite. So you could use Excel to manipulate Word, Access, Outlook, and even PowerPoint. So what have we covered in all these long hours of VBA for Excel? Well, we started by looking at macros, explored the VBA editor, looked at adding in functions and procedures, the various types of variable and the data types involved, operators for dealing with those variables, and even creating arrays. We also looked at the very important and very useful range object, particularly when working with ranges of cells in Excel, looping through your code for repeating tasks, the different worksheet and workbook events that can be triggered and therefore captured, and therefore you can do something. Debugging and error messages, very important, so that you can find out problems within your code or problems with what people are trying to carry out. Creating user forms, so that you can interact with your user, not just through the input box and the message box, but by creating your own form. And lastly, we explored the personal file for storing your VBA so that it can be used in any file within your Excel application. Hopefully you've enjoyed this title and you'll go on to build and build on your VBA knowledge.